This second glue up is very much like the first, so no need to show too much of it. This is now a Yew Lemonwood bow. I don't know if you can see that much. I've tapered the Lemonwood to almost nothing there. The Yew core's been tapered severely as well, because I didn't want it too thick at the tips, whereby as I took it down to get the horn knock on, I'd go right through the Lemonwood. I wanted to see Lemonwood all the way up the belly. I've made it thick enough there to effectively be a riser section, the implication of which is it's a bit too thick here now. But we'll see how it bends. I should have plenty of weight now. I was aiming for 80 pounds at 28. We'll give it a pull. I know, put on too much Lemonwood, but there's no point doing all that work and not putting on enough. Else I'll be back to where I was. Well, there we are, that's 80 there, so it's not even ready for brace. So yeah, I've got plenty of weight. I could go higher than 80. Bear in mind it's also over width at the moment, and it's very much square cross section. I can start tillering it now pretty much as I would a stave bow really. The interesting thing is working down the Lemonwood where it was too wide, where I'd glued it on, it cuts really nicely with the spoke shave. It was coming off in lovely satisfying curls, making a lovely noise as well. So that should probably be a joy to work. I can take a fair bit off it. It's still pretty wide, taper it, move it along in the usual manner. I've decided to use the spoke shave, or maybe the plane, to take some off the Lemonwood. That's the centre line. This will be the upper limb, so the arrow pass will be about there. That's your sort of hand. I'll probably start working from here, but I'll take off the corners initially, and then I can take some off the actual belly. Doing it like that, it allows you to keep a good eye on what you're doing. So you chamfer the corners, then take some off the belly. I'll probably be working down about, you'll probably take off 1 millimetre. But it does work quite nicely, this. Then I'll get it back on the tiller and see what it's looking like. You can see it comes off quite nicely. Right, up on the tiller again, you can probably see I've gone in from there. I've used a spoke shave, I've taken a fair bit off the belly. I've also tidied up the width a little bit, rounded the corners. Really, yeah, you'd normally work a bow from both sides to keep it symmetrical, but I'm just doing it this limb first to give me an idea how much I need to remove to get it starting to flex. And also this is the limb I want to be weaker anyway, as it's the upper limb. So let's have a look, see what that's done, and that'll give me an idea. I can't really see from down there. Yeah, you can see that right limb's certainly moving a bit more now. That's 80 pounds. Yeah, we can see it's where we're on the piss here. You can certainly see it's moving here a bit more now. The little bit of reflex at the ends beginning to pull out slightly. So getting away, that's 80 pounds. If I work the other limb similarly, would be getting roughly towards the brace height. So I'll probably take a whisker more off here, then work that limb to match, put it back on here, then we'll be close to brace, then we'll tease it back, then it will be done, and we can all gasp in amazement at how wonderful it is. Well, that's a game plan anyway. But yeah, moving along. I'm not in a mad rush. Keeps me out of mischief while we're all stuck indoors. Well, not indoors, but you know what I mean. I've noticed the bow is a little bit, I don't know if this will show, slightly biased to one side. So I've made a mark on the tip to show which side I need to remove. So you can see, again I don't know if you can see that. So I've got to take wood off this side. It shows why I'm leaving them too wide in the first place. Even with wood that appears to be straight in the first place, when you glue it up it's easy to end up with a slight bend in there. I did the first side with the spoke shave. I thought I'd have a go with the plane because having just sharpened it for the bamboo, we'll see how that cuts. You see that's really nice. So. Of course you have to be careful you don't get carried away and just rip off endless wood just for the pure joy of taking off shavings. I'm mostly just taking out the saw marks and feeling to make sure it's not high on one edge. There's as much looking as cutting with all this sort of thing. A bit more there. Shamp for the edges. The advantage of a plane over a spoke shave is it gives a more even removal of wood. You're not likely to dip in. I'll take some off that edge that I mentioned before. Stick that back on the tiller, have another go. I'll just take these sharp edges off the bamboo first and then we'll have another go on the tiller.